Let's talk about comebacks. The kind that don't just happen to people or teams, but to entire towns. Across America, I've seen places fade away after their industries collapse. But sometimes, a town refuses to disappear. Paonia, Colorado, is one of those places. It's not on the way to anywhere. You have to want to go there. Once, Paonia was a coal town. The mines fueled families for generations, until the jobs dried up. Most towns would have faded. Paonia didn't. Instead, something new took root. Not another industry swooping in, but the people themselves. They looked at what they had: rich soil, clean water, and grit, and decided to build a new future. This isn't a story about gold or oil. It's about community, creativity, and refusing to let a town die. Paonia's revival isn't flashy. It's the hard work of neighbors, farmers, and makers. They're not waiting for a rescue. They're doing it themselves. In a world obsessed with big cities and headlines, places like Paonia remind us what really matters. Here, people know their neighbors. They make things with their hands. They innovate, not just reminisce. This is a story about the power of small towns to reinvent themselves. So let's head to Paonia and see what a real rural comeback looks like. Out here, the comeback is personal. It's about building, not just surviving. It's about turning the page, not closing the book. The people of Paonia are writing a new chapter, one that's rooted in the land and in each other. They're not just holding on, they're moving forward. This is the kind of story that matters. It's about the hard work of revival, the satisfaction of making something new. So, pull up a chair. Let's see what's possible when a town decides its best days are still ahead. Welcome to Paonia. The comeback starts here. To understand Paonia, you have to see where it sits. East of Grand Junction, the land shifts from high desert to a lush valley, framed by the West Elk Mountains and Grand Mesa. The North Fork of the Gunnison River runs through it all. This landscape isn't just scenery, it's survival. Life here moves at its own pace. No rush hour, just tractors and friendly waves. Community isn't a slogan, it's a way of life. You know your neighbors, you know who grows your food, who fixes your car, who pours your coffee. Self-reliance is in the air. People fix fences, grow gardens, and preserve food, not as a hobby, but as a necessity. But it's not stuck in the past. You'll see solar panels on old barns and ranchers using new techniques. It's a blend of tradition and innovation. At night, the stars are so bright you feel part of something bigger. The quiet is full of life: crickets, coyotes, the wind in the trees. This connection to land and each other is the foundation of Paonia's comeback. It's not nostalgia, it's resilience. Here, the land shapes the people, and the people shape the future. In Paonia, the landscape isn't just a backdrop, it's the heart of the story. The valley's beauty is matched only by the strength of its community. This is where the comeback grows. From the ground up, the soil, the sky, the people. It all matters. This is the real deal. Every town has a heartbeat. In Paonia, it's the daily acts of connection. The grocery store bulletin board is a community hub: potlucks, lost dogs, offers to help. The volunteer fire department is made up of neighbors who drop everything to help. I met Sarah, who opened a bakery here. Her first winter was rough, until a local farmer rallied the town to support her. That's how business works here, community first. When disaster strikes, the town organizes fundraisers, concerts, hands-on help. It's not charity, it's being a neighbor. Success is shared. The brewery helps the hop farmer, the art gallery brings in diners for local restaurants. It's an ecosystem, not a competition. This isn't utopia, it's practical resilience. The hard work of showing up for each other is what keeps Paonia alive. In Paonia, your problems are the town's problems. The heartbeat is strong because everyone has a stake in the outcome. It's not glamorous, but it's real. This is how a small town survives and thrives. The comeback is built on connection. That's the secret. In most places, small farms disappeared. In Paonia, they're making a comeback. The valley's rich soil and perfect climate have sparked a new generation of farmers. They're growing organic produce, heritage fruits, and raising livestock sustainably. Their goal isn't to feed the world, it's to feed their neighbors. Farmers markets, local restaurants, and CSA programs connect growers and eaters directly. Old orchards are finding new life, like a family turning their apples into hard cider. Innovation meets tradition at every turn. This isn't just about food, it's about jobs, stewardship, and resilience. When you know your farmer, you're less vulnerable to distant disruptions. Paonia's agricultural renaissance is feeding more than bodies, it's feeding the comeback. The future is growing here. When mining jobs vanished, Paonia reinvented itself through its makers. Artisans, blacksmiths, potters, woodworkers, turned raw materials into lasting beauty and function. Their work isn't just a hobby, it's the backbone of a new economy. Workshops fill old barns and garages, each one a testament to skill and patience. These makers reject disposability. They create things meant to last. The artisan community collaborates, shares knowledge, and opens their doors for annual studio tours. Buying a handmade mug here means investing in a neighbor's story. This artisan movement diversifies the economy and attracts visitors seeking authenticity. It's proof that you don't need a corporation to thrive, just skilled hands and community support. In Paonia, the future is handcrafted. Every piece tells a story. The comeback is built literally, one creation at a time. That's the new gold rush. A town's soul is found in its art and music. In Paonia, creativity is everywhere. Murals on brick walls, music from the Paradise Theater, and open mic nights at the brewery. The Paradise Theater is a community-run hub, hosting everything from concerts to town meetings. Here, ranchers and artists sit side by side, breaking down barriers. The local radio station, KVNF, is a lifeline. Volunteer-run, sharing music and news that matter. This art scene didn't happen by accident. It was built by people who believe a town needs beauty and expression to thrive. Artists and musicians organize events, teach workshops, and create the soundtrack of the valley. In Paonia, art isn't an afterthought. It's essential. The comeback is as much about feeding the spirit as feeding the body. This is what makes a community feel alive. The soul of Paonia is creative, connected, and strong. That's the real comeback. And it's just getting started. Paonia's story isn't a fairy tale. The struggle is real. The new economy doesn't fully replace the old mining jobs. People hustle, farmers teach, artists stock shelves. Housing is tight. As more people move in, prices rise, and locals worry about being priced out. Isolation is a fact. Big stores and hospitals are far away. Winters can cut you off. But Paonia faces these challenges head-on. They talk about the hard stuff, at town meetings, in coffee shops, and on front porches. Solutions aren't easy, but the community keeps working at them. Affordable housing, land trusts, and more. The grit is as important as the glory. Paonia's strength is in its willingness to confront problems together. They don't pretend it's perfect, they just keep showing up. That's real resilience. The comeback is hard-won, and it's worth it. The real work of Paonia's comeback happens behind the scenes. It's late-night council meetings, volunteers clearing trails, neighbors fixing roofs. Community isn't built in a day, it's built in 1,000 small acts. Potlucks in the park, organizations supporting farmers and artists, grassroots problem-solving. The North Fork Valley Creative Coalition and Valley Organic Growers Association work tirelessly to lift everyone up. This isn't top-down change, it's people taking ownership of their future. A comeback isn't a single event, it's a daily choice. Paonia's strength is in its collective effort. The social fabric is woven every day, by everyone. That's the foundation of this rural revival. The future is built together, and it's happening right now. That's the lesson from Paonia. So, that's Paonia, a town that refused to fade away. People here are building something new, with their own hands and hearts. They're not waiting for a savior, they're doing the work themselves. Paonia proves that the American spirit of ingenuity and community is alive and well. This story matters, because it's happening in small towns everywhere. Progress here means blending old wisdom with new ideas. A strong economy and a strong community go hand in hand. If this story resonates, don't just scroll past, share it, talk about it, support small towns like Paonia, maybe visit, buy some jam, catch a show, meet the people. These places are the backbone of the country. The comeback is real, and you're invited to be part of it. Stay connected, follow the journey. There are more stories like this waiting to be told. Thanks for being here. The comeback continues.